Hi, I'm Richard Randall, and welcome to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. This is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Colorado's real estate authority, Barb Schlinker. Barb Schlinker is a retired Navy veteran. Barb's an author. Barb Schlinker is also a pilot, and Barb and her team enjoy all that Colorado and the Front Range have to offer. Barb, always great to be talking with you. Now, we air Your Real Estate Voice every Saturday. If you can't listen to the entire show, it is always available on Barb's site, barbhasthebuyers.com, or just go ahead and search Barb. You'll find her on most popular podcast platforms like iHeartRadio and others. Every week, Your Real Estate Voice covers great information about the housing market and one of your largest assets, your home. Barb, what are we talking about today?
Well, Richard, I know it's been in the news. Everybody seems to be talking about the fact that Realtor.com came out and said that Colorado Springs is predicted to be the hottest real estate market in the country for 2025. So we're going to kind of look into what the market's doing now for the first segment and look at the basis for their predictions and kind of what you can do to get ready for it. And then the next topic, which seems to be coming up a lot, is whether or not both buyers and sellers can save money by not paying the full buyer's agent commission in Colorado. It's very interesting that it's become negotiable. It's the number one question I get from agents is the seller paying any commission? So it put negotiations back into the real estate game, which I think is a really good thing. And then we'll cover what closing costs are for home sellers in Colorado. And the very last topic is one of the ones that I love working with all the time, which is teaching people how to price their home properly. So we're going to cover the pricing mistakes that can cost you thousands when selling your home. And as always, I love talking about my hot new listings. Richard?
So, Barb, the real estate market has had some recent turmoil, of course, which could be good for buyers and not so good for sellers. Yet, that study came out predicting Colorado Springs will be one of the hottest, if not the hottest, real estate market in 2025. So, what's behind that prediction, Barb?
Well, it's a lot of optimism, I will say that. And I'll go into detail about where they came up with these numbers and the predictions. But I think a lot of it has to do with just the cost of housing here as compared to some of the higher markets in general. But what's going on in the current market right now is not the same story. It's not as hot right now as what they're predicting. And I actually hope what they're predicting comes true. I think it'd be wonderful for everybody. Right now, what we've been seeing over the past couple of months is pretty much every week, the median list price is dropping by $5,000 a week. That's a lot of money, lowering right now. And the average days on market to get a contract are going up. So when I talk about average days on market, what I mean is the average days from the time a house goes on the market to the time it actually gets a contract. That's when the clock stops ticking. It still could take a month or two after that to close. However, the average days on market is an indication of whether or not it's a buyer's market or a seller's market. If you go over 90 days, typically we're leaning into the buyer's market, meaning buyers are getting better prices. They're able to negotiate. They're getting the seller to pay their closing cost. A lot of the buyers are using the request to the seller to pay their closing cost instead of lowering the price, because that way they can get a lower interest rate and they can afford the payment. So right now in this market, it's a good idea to work with the buyers. Once you catch one, hold on to them, make it work as best you can, because the market's not that hot yet, but I look forward to that taking place. Douglas County actually is a little bit different story. The median list price there went up last week by 5,000, but the average days on market continues to rise. It's up to 96 days there as well. Teller County, the prices dropped by $10,000. That's the median list price for homes in the past week alone. And the average days on market went up by 2 days to 138 days. Pueblo County has been relatively flat as far as prices. The median list price is about 350, and the average days on market are about 109 days. So some of the good statistics are to look at. Let me say that again. Let me sit up straight and do it right. Okay. Some of the really interesting statistics I like to track are pending sales, because that is a leading indicator of what could happen in the future. And actually, I'm seeing conflicting stuff compared to a week ago. The pending sales numbers are down. However, if you look at the ratio of homes that went on the market, homes that sold, and homes that have gotten contracts, we are seeing a slight uptick in pending sales. So maybe their predictions will turn out to be true. Another number that indicates that that number could be true is that inventory is dropping. So right now, because buying a home, the payment is going to be actually more than it would be to rent. We're seeing a lot of buyers ask for those closing costs so they can buy the interest rate down to make the home more affordable. And so I think there's a lot of optimism out there about the rates coming down, but it just hasn't happened yet. And some of this could be seasonality, so I wouldn't worry about it. A lot of people tend to take their house off the market over the holidays. Some people just want to wait until the springtime to sell. That's fine. That's pretty normal. So I wouldn't worry too much. But most sellers are having to lower their price because if they're on the market right now, it's not working. And really, it's all about interest rates. Right now, the rates actually went up in the past week by just under 1/4%. Conventionals at 6.93%, and the VA loans about 6.3. But the people that are winning in this market right now are the ones that are either pricing their home, what I call very realistically versus optimistically, and or offering incentives. You'll see builders that are really good at this. They're offering crazy incentives to get buyers into houses. And we can help buyers in any case, whether they're looking for a new home or a used home. So the key right now is for buyers, there's more choices. And for sellers, there's more competition. So you have to make sure if you are going on the market right now that you get all 4 Ps right: preparation, making sure that the home is presented to the market properly, because we know that the first showing absolutely is online. These buyers are pretty savvy. They can see prices all around you. They're looking at what's available, and they know they can tell if it's a good deal or not. So if you're not getting showings, something's off. It's either price or marketing or both. So picking the right agent that knows how to help you price is really important. And then promoting the home so you get top dollar is even more important. So if you are selling now, again, price it very realistically versus optimistically, and you will win. My name is Barb Schlinker. I'm the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty and the host of this show, Your Real Estate Voice. And we're talking about how the Colorado Springs real estate market was predicted to be the hottest market in 2025, which is exciting. And then next up, we're going to go into the detail of the data behind that prediction and how that happened. So if you are going to make if you are going to make a move, give us a call. We have over 28,054 buyers in waiting just on our little website. Plus, we have cash buyers. So typically, we can show up with a half dozen offers on any home and give you options about what strategy is the best for you to sell your home based on your timeline and your desired price point. Give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
Now, Barb, we're discussing the current real estate market and how people can be prepared if they want to buy or sell. And as the host of the program, what's behind that prediction showing Colorado Springs is expected to top the real estate market in the entire nation?
Yeah, it was pretty exciting for me. Basically, they based it off the median price of homes here. And they're saying basically they're expecting the percentage of existing home sales to increase by just over 27%. That's a big number. And for the other thing that they're looking at as well is that they think the prices are going to go up by over 12.7%. That would be really exciting if that would happen. So if you are a buyer right now, I would not wait, because when the rates come down, the buyers are going to be coming out in force because they can afford house payments when the rates are lower. As a buyer, you're getting the best price right now. You can always negotiate to get your rates paid down, and you can always refinance within 6 months after you close on the home. So really, the basis behind what makes this market the hottest area in the country for 2025, a lot of it had to do with optimism about the Trump administration. I was kind of surprised to read that when I actually read the article. They're predicting better economy, a higher economic growth. They're expecting the interest rates, the mortgage rates to drop. Now, the Fed rate and the mortgage rates are two different things. Sometimes they don't correlate exactly. They're expecting lower taxes. And all those things are going to mean more disposable income for buyers, which will mean they'll jump in to the home buying process. And certainly the prices in the Colorado Springs area are a lot less than Denver. It's not that bad of a commute. There's a whole bunch of people that kind of live in Colorado Springs and work in Denver. Some people are able to work from home a couple days a week. So you see a lot of people doing that. And then the other key reason they gave was that this area has a very large military and veteran population, of which they can purchase homes with zero down, which makes the market more attractive to the average buyer. So I think it's exciting to see those predictions. And if I were a buyer and I saw something I really liked, I would jump on it now. I would not wait, because there are a lot of buyers that have been sitting on the sidelines, stacking up cash, waiting to strike for the right home to show up. And so what do home sellers do in this market? Well, if you have to sell right now, you have to be priced very, very realistically. That's what the builders do. They might keep their prices up there, but they offer huge incentives in order to help the buyer get a buy down in their interest rate and make sure that they're able to afford the home. Also, make sure you take care of any deferred maintenance. The cosmetic stuff is critical. Things like carpet, paint, all that kind of stuff is pretty easy, relatively inexpensive to repair to get your home to be considered one of the top for the buyers. And don't be surprised if they ask for concessions as well. But as always, pricing a home correctly will create demand. And what we're seeing, just so you know, I've listed over 200 homes in the past 12 years for the Secretary of Veterans Affairs. And typically their homes always sell in less than 30 days because they always price it right. Well, we're having these pricing problems right now where we're looking back on historic sales, even with the homes owned by the VA. Um, they'll come close to my suggestion on pricing, but it's not flying off the shelf. I'm not getting multiple offers like I used to. That's an indication of a softer market. And of course, we're bound by what are the similar sales in order to establish pricing. So it could take longer for even those homes to sell right now. And we just helped a couple sell their home out in Peyton. They had been on the market for 110 days with no offers. They even spent a lot of money and brought in staging furniture. Still didn't work. Their photos were really awful. They were done with an iPhone or a bad old iPhone, I think. And so when we put it on the market, we had 40 people at the open house. I sold it in 9 days. So it's all about positioning the home to attract the right buyer at the right price. So if you are thinking of moving, give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
You're listening to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. She's the host of the program. And if you're thinking of making a move, call Barb, 719-301-3900, or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. When we come back, we'll be discussing, can you save money by not paying a buyer's agent a full commission here in Colorado? Barb will explain.